Continue our Bible study today from Mark chapter 14, verse 17 through 21. And in the evening he cometh with the 12. And as they sat and did eat, Jesus said, Verily I say unto you, one of you which eateth with me shall betray me. And they began to be sorrowful and to say to him one by one, Is it I? And I said, Is it I? And he answered and said unto them, It is one of the 12 that dippeth with me in the dish. The Son of Man indeed goeth, as it is written of him. But woe to that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. Good were it for that man if he had never been born. May the word of the Lord be blessed in our hearts, even as we allow the Holy Spirit to give us a meaning and interpretation of his word. Verse 17. And in the evening he cometh with the 12. And as they sat and did eat, Jesus said, Verily I say unto you, one of you which eateth with me shall betray me. All of you will forsake me, but for now one of you will betray me. One of you will speak as if I've never been good. One of you will act as if I've never been from the Father. One of you will betray me. You forget totally the words I have spoken to you. You will not pay attention to the goodness and gentleness and purity I have demonstrated towards you. One of you will betray me. The person is not a stranger, nor a foreigner, but a person very close to me. In fact, it is known that Judas Iscariot used to sit at the left-hand side of Jesus and John at the right-hand side when they sit to eat. And they began to be sorrowful and to say to him one by one, Is it I? And another said, Is it I? It's good the disciples asked whether it was one of them who was going to do the betraying, because they knew their heart wasn't right. They could not tell the wickedness of their own heart. They knew they could betray the master one day. So they asked the master who knew at all things to check their heart to see if they are capable of betraying him one day. And Peter, who dared to show confidence in himself, was a person who outwardly betrayed in terms of denial the master. When God has said anything, let God be true and all men lie. If God has said you are capable of killing, then let God be true and let all men be liars. If God has said so, then it's for us to go to him and ask the Lord to chastise our evil heart until it has submitted to his will. It is good lesson to learn from the disciples when the master has said one of them will betray him. Instead of saying, I will never do that, they asked the question, Is it I? Because they knew their hearts were never right and they were capable of betraying the master. Jesus answered and said unto them, It is one of the 12 that dippeth with me in the dish. It's one of the 12 that sitteth close to me. It's not one of the acquaintances I have. The Son of Man indeed goeth, as it is written of him. But woe to him that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. Is it I? The question today, is it I? Is it possible that I will still betray the master? Is it possible that I will deny the master in my actions, reactions, speech, thoughts, and deeds? Is it possible that I will speak as if I've never known the Lord? When the disciples started to preach after the ascension of Jesus Christ, the people around noticed that they spoke like Jesus. That is how we had the name Christians, because they said they looked, they spoke, they acted like Jesus Christ. But today, don't we deny Jesus and betray him in our actions because it doesn't appear anything close to how he will have lived? Don't we speak carelessly like the world as if we have never known Christ? Don't we act in the way the world will act, scheme in the way the world will scheme? Don't we react in the way the world will react as if we have never known Christ? It is great for us to point to Jesus Iscariot and said he betrayed the Lord. But we fail to examine our own selves that most of our actions also betrayed the Lord. We betray the kindness of the Lord. We betray the gentleness of the Lord. We betray the humility of the Lord. We betray the salvation that he has given us because we don't live our lives anything close to how he would have lived or how he entreats us to live. It is I, is a question. Is it I that I will betray you, Lord, in my speech? Is it I that I will betray you, Lord, in my actions? Is it I that I will betray you, Lord, in my deeds? Will I live my life as if I've never known you? Will I enjoy the pleasures of this world as if you have never warned me about staying away from the world? That you warn us that we are in the world but not of the world. Will I live my life as if you are not the person to take vengeance for me? Is it I, Lord? No, it is not the stranger or the foreigner, but it is one of my own, one of the 12 that dipped with me in the ditch. Now, after some time, not only this person will betray me, but all of you will forsake me, all and not one. And when Peter thought he was loving enough and knew the Lord enough, the Lord quickly told Peter that you shall be offended in me. Let all men be liars and God be true. When Jesus told Peter that all of you shall be offended in me, he never said but Peter. Peter thought he was sure of his love for Christ. He failed to realize that God is always true and all men are liars. Jesus said unto him, Verily I say unto thee, that this day, even in this night, the same night before the cock crowed twice, thou shalt deny me 3 times. The one who thought he was so sure of his love for Christ also denying Christ. God is always true. One of you will deny me, one of you will betray me. It's always a case that in all our actions and deeds, the Lord sees betrayal. The Lord sees denial. We betray the Lord in all our actions as if the Lord is not capable of providing. How many of us don't rely on the world for provisions, for protection and security? Because we are not sure the Lord is capable of providing, of protecting, and of giving us all that we need. We move from the east to the west only because we think we can get those things we need for our lives. But the Lord said, if you allow me to become your shepherd, then you shall lack no good thing. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures, because I've made him my shepherd. He leadeth me beside the still waters, because I've made him my shepherd. And the Lord is saying indeed that if you allow him to be your shepherd, you shall lack no good thing. We betray Christ in the way we believe. We betray Christ in the way we trust. We betray Christ in our actions, inactions, reactions, and deeds. Today we read a story of Judas Iscariot betraying Christ. I fail to realize that in our own actions, we constantly and daily betray Christ. And not only betray Christ, but pretty soon we will all forsake him if we don't stay close to him and ask for help. May God help us, even as we come to this realization of daily examining ourselves and seeing if we are not betraying Christ in any of our actions. In Jesus Christ's name, amen.